Ho buddies, welcome to Borderline Games. I'm Gareth and today we're playing Beyond R Rule Ripper, and last time on Beyond R we saw Poker off. Poker's gone away to die in a corner, which is cool. Cocktail is now... We had this kind of big debate about poisonings, and we had a big debate on whether Cocktail had actually poisoned the glasses. It doesn't seem like he has. It seems like he's given us our antidotes. Mainly it seemed because otherwise he would be breaking Rule 1 before Poker finally croaks. And now, after having a couple of failed attempts from Cigar and Cocktail to actually kill someone so that other people can survive, now we're having a situation where we're going to find out whether Cocktail is going to follow Poker's example and go and die in a corner somewhere. Because he's not a cool guy, really. Let's find out if he's going to do that. Was that a good enough intro for you? I bet it was. It was a really good intro, right? So Coffee says, then will you follow his example? You mean Poker's? We can't. Huh? If we go out, Rule 4 will trigger before our deaths, which would result in more than 2 sacrifices. His eyes shifted to the only one still silent. Piano was staring at the floor, shrinking into a ball in his seat, terrified, crying his eyes out. He couldn't maintain his tough image any longer. True, even if I did accept my death, I wouldn't accept his. And neither would you, right? If 3 of us can survive, 3 of us should survive. In order to do that, though, if it's for the kid, if it's for a kid, I'm willing to do it. Do what? Oh, what's she doing? What's happened to her eyes? Cigar crouched and retrieved the knife, this time without hesitation. Sacrificing myself. No, you shouldn't. Or what? Will you do it? Are you sure? Of course not. I never thought I could do something like this, but right now I feel I can. You have my respect. I can't say the same for myself. Yes? I'll kill you. Don't even dare say we don't need to save you. While still avoiding their eyes, the kid finally left his seat. Is he gone? And started to run. Piano! Hiding his face with his elbow, he ran for the exit. Don't worry, he will be fine. He's Rule 2 after all. That's true, but... It's better this way. He shouldn't be listening to this or even see it in the first place. If we need to contact him later, we can text him. After that, they fell silent. Everything that needed to be said seemed to have been said. The only thing left was to make a choice. Cigar was still holding the knife. The carmine in her nails had lost its luster. Despite her previous words, she was losing her grip. Shortly after, the weapon returned to the floor. Somebody kill somebody! Oh, 9:17, 9:20. We can't stay silent. In the end, he had to be the one to speak up. No, you can. We are the ones who can't remain silent. Unless you've made a choice, that is. He looked at the knife, still on the ground. Billiards, are you okay with letting us die? Who's that? Oh, I got a pick. Life, death. Is this a... What do either of these missions, things mean? So if we pick life, I'm guessing we're deciding not to die. Right? So let's pick life. Once again, he couldn't. And so silence returned. Do I have to pick death? Everyone seemed frozen, unable to act. Meanwhile, time kept moving forwards. As long as nothing happened, Bill and Coffee would win. He didn't need to do anything else but wait. He'd already chosen to live, so he wouldn't waver again. Still having to wait for the guillotine to fall upon the others' heads was by itself an execution. Who's that? No! Is that piano? Huh? Until a scream suspended the silent execution. Piano! Everyone's attention shifted to Cigar. She was staring at a barman's screen, horrified. Oh, that was Cigar that did that? Grabbing the barman, they did the same, and their greatest fear was confirmed. He's gone. Does that mean we can leave? How? Why? Suddenly, every conflict, every dilemma was gone from their heads. He drank the antidote. It can't be. And Poker was already dead. Maybe it was a slow death. No, Poker decided to abandon the game. He wouldn't kill again. Especially not Piano. Well, that means that Darts hasn't actually been killed, right? He found something out there in time that took him out the game. Do you think? Then there was one other possibility, one that nobody wanted to consider. Piano knew the situation well when he had ran away. The fact that his mere existence had put both pairs on a deadlock. He'd barely spoken a word for a long while, being clearly drowned in despair. And still to consider that a kid his age had ran away and had... I don't know, but this means that... now we're 4. We only need one more death. As expected, Coffee was the one to say the words no one else dared to utter. They were as poignant as usual, though now her face was showing a clear-cut emotion. But now we can go through there and see what's over there. Should we not do that? Their attention went back to the knife on the floor. One more death, one more sacrifice, and that hell would reach its end. None of them seemed capable of killing, yet at that moment nothing seemed impossible. After many deaths and pushed to their limits the moral barriers, everything fell apart, and their instincts took control. All 4 of them rushed towards it like an invisible force was pushing them. While he refused to kill, Bill felt undoubtedly threatened, even more so than when he had a knife against his neck. He needed a weapon for self-defense. That was his reaction. Same happened with Coffee, while Cocktail and Cigar... I'm sorry. Cocktail took out another knife from his pocket and ace up his sleeve, almost literally this time. Using the other knife as a distraction, catching Bill by surprise, he launched towards him. Who's that? No! Is that Coffee? Oh, please don't be Coffee. Ah! Why? Sorry. The situation has changed. Oh! Did Cigar get Cocktail? Displaying speed beyond what should have been her limits, Cigar had intervened, taken the knife from the floor. Drops of blood were falling down from Cocktail's hand, followed by... What? Why? He wasn't even sure if those questions were aimed at Cigar or Cocktail. With only 4 of us left, links have lost their value. If we only need one more... Forgive me, but I'd much rather save these 2 kids. Serves you right, Cocktail. A kid has died because of me, so even if this isn't enough to atone for that... Do it. Do it. Finish what you've started. Cigar, don't. It's what I deserve. I broke my word after all. If you hadn't stopped me, I would have become a killer. Don't take me for an idiot. Huh? Was he doing it intentionally to get... I see. He was doing it intentionally so that someone would stop him. I'm not that fast. I imagined you'd try to, but I still wouldn't have been able to stop you. Your body rushed towards him, but your conscience pulled back. I saw it in your face. Or maybe not. Even then, many would already consider you guilty. You and Poker share the blame. Correct. Still, I'm not the one who should judge you. I can't convict you. Then, what do we do? There can't be that much time left. Soon Rule 4 will... Rule 2 is gone. There's 24 minutes left for the hour to end. It's not much, but we can leave the bar and look for an alternative. Yes, why didn't you do that immediately? It's not much, but we can leave the bar and look for an alternative. Coffee, that's... stupid, was going to stay here. It's stupid. Utopic. There's not enough time. But we can do it. No, I think I'm being a hypocrite by saying this, but it's too late. Really? Even if I die, I want to know what happened to Piano. I want to see what's behind that door. 24 minutes isn't much, but the final choice can wait for the last minute if we want. And the council? It's only an obligation for those in here, in the bar. True. Coffee approached him, extending her hand. Come on, up. You should be the first one wanting to leave. It's what you've wanted since the beginning. I know, but I'd already given up on that hope. Getting it back now is... He looked Coffee in the eyes and then her hand. She was trembling. Clearly she didn't have much hope in the plan going well either. Nobody did. Still, Cigar was right. They would fight until the very end. They had defied the game, they wouldn't kill each other. Even if they failed, they would go out with dignity. Again, sorry. It sounds different this time. How's your hand? It's just a small cut. Oh, he's fine. Enough to have learned your lesson. Yes, it seems I have. Yes, let's all leave here as friends. No time to lose, let's go. Right, but before that... Cocktail picked up his knife with his other hand. And... Here. Huh? A safeguard. So you can feel safe. I'll take the other one. Alright. "23 minutes. All or nothing. Let's go." Okay. Goodbye, gin. Goodbye, lime. Goodbye, vodka. So long, Golden Jack. After many hours inside the luxurious Golden Jack, those aseptic walls looked to them like they were from an entirely different reality. They'd seen that place before from inside the bar, but now it felt completely different, like the difference between looking at a photo of a distant country and being in it. A red neon, like an emergency light, lit up the claustrophobic space, increasing their tension and urgency. None of them wanted that place to be the last one they ever witnessed. None of them wanted that place to be the last one they ever witnessed. They ran through the hallways while ignoring the doors along the way, trying to find either an exit, piano, or anything they could, but the farther they went, the more disoriented they felt. Every hallway was identical. All doors were the same. Lighting was dim. Junctions were indecipherable. All designed for one purpose. Is this a maze? Oh, how wicked. Feels like one. They wouldn't last much longer at that place, but they couldn't slow it down. They couldn't afford to check the remaining time, but their accelerated pulse reminded them that time kept ticking. We might be running in circles. We should try a door. We have more of a chance if we split up, but I'm not sure that's a good idea. We have the texting app, but even if we used it, it would be hard to find each other in this place. Ah, damn it. How much time left? 14 minutes. It's been 10 since we left already. It looks that way. We have to make a change in plans then. Cocktail walked up to the nearest door and opened it. Yet another hallway. They're still playing with us. How are they expecting us to leave, even if we win? Now's not the time for questions. Let's move. They went through the door and kept running, but fatigue was catching up to them. Their bodies were reminding them that time wasn't their only limit. This door. In desperation, Cigar opened another door. This time, what she found on the other side wasn't another hallway, but that didn't mean it was better. No, not that one. That was an arsenal. Were they hoping to see a battle royale, or... Even so close to the end, the game was still hiding some surprises. None of them good. Maybe we could make an explosion to open up a hole, or... No. Yes, too dangerous. I didn't see any big explosions or high-caliber weapons. It seems they intended to have a containable level of violence. They would never give us an easy way out. But we don't have enough time for a pity party, only to keep running. Right, we have to run. Another quick look at the barman. 9:49. 11 minutes left. He took a look at the group. Their faces were clearly showing their exhaustion, in addition to the troubled breathing and sweat sliding down their bodies, which failed to lower their body temperatures. Hot. He wasn't particularly athletic, and the same could be said about them. Nothing could be done to keep his already low hopes from falling even further. Dread was overloading his brain. It asked if there was a point in running anymore, urging him to give up. An odd feeling for his position. It would make sense in somebody close to death, but he was certain his rule would save him from the purge no matter what. Same as Coffee. The fear of death in him wasn't his own. It was a reflection of what he felt when looking at Cocktail and Cigar. That's called empathy. His rule would kill one of them, or both if one didn't take their own life in time. That empathy was consuming him. It had been doing so since the start of the game, making his mind shut down more than once, and now he felt it was about to happen again. He couldn't let that happen. If it did under those circumstances, it would be the final nail in their coffins. The guilt would destroy him. Forever. He had to endure, regardless of whether there was a escape or not, even if saving them was already beyond his reach. He couldn't give up until the very end. They were two strangers he'd met barely 10 hours ago. Cocktail shared a part of the guilt of Lime's death. Cigar had tried to kill him, but his humanity, his empathy, clung to him like an inseparable part of his psyche. To him, it was akin to a curse. If he could rid himself of it, all his worries and that near-death sensation would finally vanish. Or if he'd had the bravery to sacrifice himself for them, he could have avoided this situation while simultaneously giving some meaning to his life. Yet he wasn't capable of choosing either option. He refused to go down the same road as poker, and he'd already lost the chance to sacrifice his life for them. Even if he still had the chance, he still wouldn't feel capable of doing it. Was it cowardice? Was it empathy? Was it his humanity? Suddenly he felt something touching his arm, returning him to his senses. He'd gotten lost in his thoughts again, despite his efforts not to. "Let's go." Coffee had grabbed his arm. Her expression wasn't one of anger or annoyance, nor was it indifference. "Sorry, We'll have time to talk later." "Right, let's go." She also had to be aware of it, but she didn't want to give up either. At that moment, more than ever before, he felt that they understood each other without a need for words. Oh, loading. 9:50. I've got a feeling that when I picked up the knife before, I should have clicked death. And I feel like that might have given me a couple more minutes of time. You know what I mean? So that we might have been able to find it in this time. They were out of time. Now what do we do? We're back where we started. One of us four needs to go. It's all my fault. Your fault. You didn't choose your rule. You didn't decide to be here. Or did I? That aside, now the game will end with anyone's death. It's not your responsibility anymore. I know. And we don't have time to discuss it. If time runs out, only you two will survive. We've already established that nobody is willing to kill and nobody wants to become a sacrifice. So, I'll be the one to do it. I will kill you all. Do what? Cigar. The knife, please. Answer me. If no one's willing to kill, my death's already certain. In that case, I'll do it myself. Who are you killing? Coffee. Number 7. If my life is over, no matter what, I'll end it myself. With my own hands, just as Rule 4 asks of me. Cigar, I beg you. With her hands trembling, she brought out the knife. 9:56. Hold on. How can you expect us to trust you after everything you did? I'm aware, but time is running out. If I wanted to use the knife to kill you, I would have taken it by force. As hard as it is to believe, all I want now is to save my ally. Bill opened his mouth, but no sound came out of it. There was nothing he could say. The problem wasn't a lack of trust in Cocktail. Bill felt that he was telling the truth. Despite Cocktail's crimes, he didn't want revenge. Any desire for it had disappeared after Poker's departure. He simply didn't want to die. He didn't want to kill. Therefore, he had to accept that sacrifice. I have thought about it since we left the bar. No matter how many excuses I look for, I know I can't be forgiven for my crime. Even if I didn't do it myself, my actions led to someone's death. I'm not looking for forgiveness. I don't even know if this can redeem me. He grabbed the knife. But someone must do it. This is what's fair. And turned to the nearest door. I realise that this confession is unnecessary, but it's my responsibility to do it before I go. As you figured out, Lime's death was partly my fault. It was intentional. This sacrifice is the least I can do to make amends for it. This will be hard to believe, but I really did try to save her back then. It was an honest attempt. Even though I knew it would be impossible, my emotions made me lose control of myself. I wanted to save her. I wanted to keep my principles. I mean, someone do something quick. We're just going to run out of time. I saw it in your eyes. I thought you were simply desperate in stopping her death, but I see it was a lot more than that now. I can't forgive your actions, but I accept your confession. Thank you. That is more than enough, more than I deserve. I hope you all enjoyed my cocktails at least, if I managed to make your stay in this hell any better, even if just a little bit. I can take some satisfaction from that. I wish you all the best. Goodbye. It was a brief farewell. Cigar, being emotionally overwhelmed, was incapable of saying anything to her ally. Everything had happened too quickly. And yet the moment was upon them. If Cocktail hesitated for a single moment, if he wasn't fast enough in taking his life... Well, it seems like he's done it. By George, he's done it. A restrained scream, slightly muffled by the door separating them, and a few seconds after that... Did he die quick enough? The lights went out. Okay. And he's gone. They had no need to open the door to check, it had been very close, but the rule had disappeared right before the hour changed. In unison, as if his blood had tainted the air, all the lights in the corridor turned crimson. Cigar, billiards, coffee. 3, 4, and 6. 3 players remained. And we'll see if 3 players still remain next time on Borderline Games. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Beyond Our Rule Ripper, and I'll see you next time. Have a good evening. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye.